Good evening, fellow Toast. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Hussein Shabir, and I will be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 48th meeting of Dreamweavers Toastmasters Club. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention some ground rules which we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. Firstly, please turn off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, or politics, so please refrain from discussing these topics. Now, as our meetings are happening online because of this pandemic, so the ground rules can be mentioned as follows. Please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking, and please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. With that, I would like to hand over to our acting president, Toastmaster Job Daniels, to continue the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Job Daniels.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms, Acting Sergeant at Arms Hussein Shabir. I know we have a very small crowd today, but that is part of life. This is how we have to overcome challenges and learn. Actually, this is one of a very uh, good situation for us to experience. I was thinking that should we cancel today's meeting because we had so many. The agenda was full till yesterday, but unfortunately there were so many people backing out. So that is why when I felt that I should challenge myself. Let's continue the meeting with the number of people or the members who are joining in. So that the momentum is there. If we break down in between, so that's the end. That is when you are not going upward, you're going downward. So this will be a good lesson for me personally and professionally, so that never we should not feel let ourselves down by thinking that, oh my god, we are not able to do it. But we have all these 6 members available over here, so we can continue the meeting. I'm acting in behalf of our president. Actually, last week, as you all know, that our president is traveled to India. His dad is not keeping well. Last week, I was able to have a conversation with Toastmaster Kabir. His father is doing well, and it's a good news. And we are hoping that he'll come back soon. Uh, Now, as uh, I was talking about the quitting part for today's meeting. But then I remembered today's Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Syed. So this is where a quote comes into my mind. If you believe in yourself and you have dedication and pride, you will never quit. This quote really struck my head. And I am seeing all these members who have joined us here, like Prakash, Toastmaster Hussein, Toastmaster Mustafa, Toastmaster Sayed, and Toastmaster Asil. You all guys are dedicated and you are fighting. You are not a quitter. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you guys for coming over here. And personally, Toastmaster Sayed, or the TMOD of this day, he is a champion. He is a fighter. Whenever I tell him anything, he don't have the word no in his dictionary. He's ready to take up all the roles. Just before the holiday on Wednesday, I met him in the office and told, okay, Sai, take up the role for the TMOD because since no one has taken it. So he said, okay, fine, no problem. He's a person who don't have no in his dictionary, and I think that is what is keeping him up. Uh, I have been personally seeing the growth in him professionally. Last week we had a meeting with Google in the company, and during that meeting, I heard from the senior management. Toastmaster Sayed was also part of it. He had carried that meeting so well with our company owners. So that shows how it Toastmaster is helping him professionally as well. Same we are seeing with Toastmaster Prakash also. I hope we all will be able to achieve our goals. And with this, I will hand it over to our TMOD for the day, Toastmaster Sayed. Over to you.
Thanks for all these wonderful lines, Toastmaster Job. We all are here today. Why? Because of only one thing. What is that one thing? We want to become leaders. We want not only leaders in front of the world, we want to lead ours. When before becoming a leader, there are many steps to become a leader. The first is the beginner, quitter, challenger, and then comes the leader. Beginner, it's a very beginning step. Quitter, quitter is a person, it's like he joins this job today. The boss says, "Guy, you're not good." He leaves the jobs and run away and finds another job. Same thing happens. Quitter is a person who is already ready with many of the CVs in his hand, book, WhatsApp, everywhere. Guys sending up CV. And then comes challenger. Who is a challenger? Challengers are most of us. Challenger never gives up. He falls down, he gets up and walks. He falls down, he gets up and walks. But what is the difference between a challenger and a leader? Do you know, guys? I would like to hear from you all, everyone. Do you know what is the difference between a challenger and a leader? Job?
Challenger is the one who continuously challenges himself and challenges the situation. And as what I understand, a leader is the one who leads the person or who let the person do take up the challenge.
Anybody else? Anybody else? You're somewhere near. Somebody else
Yes.
would like to try?
Challenger himself is a leader.
Ah, okay. But what is the difference between a challenger and a leader? Anyways,
Challenger.
okay. Anybody would like to? Okay, go ahead.
I think the challenger, he challenges himself, but as a leader, he would challenge his teammates for better potential.
Somewhat near. Okay. So guys, kindly mute yourself. I will open the secret here. Okay. The big difference between a challenger, you're audible. Yeah. Would you like to try? Who was it? Mustafa? Yeah.
Challenger and leader both are motivators, but a leader is positively motivating you, or challenging is negatively motivating you. For me,
Somewhat you're nearby, but let me conclude. Okay. Okay. So I'm here going to open the secret here. The biggest difference between a challenger and a leader is, as I told you, challenger is a person who falls down, who gets up and walks, who falls down, who gets up and walks. But a leader, same situation comes, who falls down, who gets up, but again he never walks on the same path because he know again he will fall. So what will a leader do? He will take one step backward and make another route to go. This is the biggest difference between a challenger and a leader. So my dear fellow Toastmasters, we all need to become a leader. If you just keep on walking on the same path, you're going to fail. But what does a leader do? Leader plans himself. Leader plans for the team and always ready to take new routes. Okay. So today, going with my what you call the topic today, belief. So fellow Toastmasters, let me just share you my screen. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, are you able to see my screen?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, clear? I think so. Let me put it on the present thing. Okay. The topic for today is belief. Fellow Toastmasters, you see this? This is a picture from one of the district in North India. You see this lady? She's like torturing herself.
We
all, even
Toastmaster, we cannot see that picture. We cannot. We can see only one your slide.
you cannot see this. Hold on, let me share again. Can you see now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you see this picture? These people are torturing themselves. According to UN and other people, they feel like it's torturing. What's the thing going on here? But according to these people, this is their belief. With this belief, they don't even feel pain. They keep on going. Belief is something very strong thing. You see this next picture of mine? Terrorists. They keep on shooting the people, killing many people. They are very happy doing this. You, all the people who are here, we cannot do this. Why? Because we don't believe in that. But it's that belief of those terrorists, like very happily, they can do anything. And one thing, what is common in all these great personalities, Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, all these people, they had one thing in common. That is, they had a very strong belief system. So what is this belief system? You know, how does this, how do you make a belief system? Is it something that it's like built in? No, fellow Toastmasters, belief is something that develops. To have a strong, it is a feeling of certainty, a feeling of assurance, a feeling of permanence. This is called belief. We, even if our what you call parents might be weak, old, whatever might be, but we truly believe anything happens, my parents are there to help me. Why? Because since the child age, whatever, whenever we feel pain, sorrow, anything, what was the system that we have developed? Go to my parents. So this is one of the belief system, the feeling of assurity. How belief is made? Like for example, uh, when you're just small, you're in your maths class. All of a sudden, there is a difficult sum that you cannot do. You already think in your mind, oh, maths is a very difficult subject, I cannot do. So one pillar got stood. Then again, during your exams, during the first semester, you failed in maths. Then again, a strong belief, one more belief, no man, maths is something that I cannot do at all. Then you get little less marks in your maths. So instead of working on, because of all these possibilities, you're making your mind believe that, man, maths is something, a dragon, a dinosaur that you cannot work on. So you have built it in your mind, calling that, my dear, maths is something that it is impossible for me and it cannot be done. Like here, we all know, after Sunday, Monday, after Monday, Tuesday, after Tuesday, Wednesday. Who made this? Why do you follow this system? Why? Because since the beginning, we have been taught, because the sun always rises in the east and sets in the west. All this happens because, like, our teacher has taught us, we see in the calendars, and one by one, step by step, a belief system went on growing. So you come to a situation where you believe, okay, no, after Sunday, Monday comes. Anybody here would like to tell me 7 days of the week, please? Toastmaster job, can you help me, please?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
The fellow Toastmaster, was it right? Fellow Toastmasters, Mustafa, is it right? Did he speak right?
Yes, he's right.
Yeah. And Toastmaster Prakash, can you tell me from 1 to 10? Can you please unmute yourself and tell me from 1 to 10, please?
1, 2,
I
3,
cannot
4,
hear you.
5,
Kindly
6,
unmute
7, 8,
yourself.
9, 10. 1, 2, 10.
Okay, I want to. Wonderful. But how do you know that after 1, 2 only comes? Why don't 3 comes? Because this is the belief, we have seen our
Beliefs.
teachers telling, we have seen in the calendar, means 1, 2, 3, you got all this reference. You blind means, have you thought why after 1, 2 only comes, after 2, 3 only comes? Why doesn't 9 comes before 7? Why? No, if because it's your belief, it is stuck in your head. So this is what belief, it's something it's something unnatural thing. By default we are forced to believe. And if you keep on talking to yourself, like Prakash, you say like, I'm a superman, I'm a superman, trust me, after 10 days you will start flying. Okay, kindly mute yourself. So let's go further to the meeting. So here, Toastmasters meeting is divided into 4 parts. So first we have already done the introduction, and now going ahead will be the prepared speeches. So here today, I think so. Before going to the prepared speeches, let me introduce my team. So the timer for today would be Toastmaster Asil. So Toastmaster Asil, can you kindly come up and introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Toastmaster Seal. Once again, I was invited by Toastmaster Job. I actually managed to take over 3 roles for today. I'll be today's timer. I will show the green color when they reach the qualification time. I'll show the yellow when they reach the mid time. Then I'll show the red that they're the danger zone and they have 30 seconds to wrap up their speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Seal. Wonderful. So for taking up so many roles of yours. So the next thing will be our R counter, who is Toastmaster. Okay, who will be taking the R counter role?
It's me, Toastmaster Job.
Okay, Job Daniel. So can you kindly explain the role to the audience, please?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I'll listen to overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I'll also listen to filler sounds, including and Also, I'll note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I or this means. At the end of the meeting, I'll report the number of times each speaker used these expressions. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Job Daniel. Now here comes the grammarian role. I would invite Toastmaster Mustafa. Can you kindly come and explain your role to the audience, please?
Thank you, TMOD. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage, and take note of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, or saying, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce to you the word of the day. It is perpetuity. I repeat, perpetuity. The meaning is the state of continuing forever or for a very long time. I'll give you an example sentence. Celebrity endorsement can add a lot of authority and can be used in perpetuity. I hope all of you use the word of the day as much as you can. I'll give you a report at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to you, TMOD.
So perpetuity means a very long time. Okay, hope I am perpetuity handsome for 30, 40 years more. Okay, so going ahead for the next role, that will be the general evaluator, who is again our beautiful Toastmaster Asil. Toastmaster Asil, can you come up on the stage again and explain your role to the audience?
Yes, in the last second, I had to take over the general evaluator. My role is to keep an eye on the meeting and take over the evaluation session. I will also call myself up because I'm also one of the evaluators.
Thank you, Toastmaster Seal. Hope you are perpetually visiting Dreamweavers and help us always in our club meetings. Okay, so the next comes the speech session. So for here today we will be having two speeches. I hope one would Toastmaster Prakash, who would be doing his level 1 project 2, and it will be evaluated by none other than our VP for education, our acting president, Toastmaster job. The Toastmaster job, Daniel, could you kindly come up and explain the roles and the other stuff for Toastmaster Prakash, who is doing his speech for today?
TMOD said this is modified in the new agenda. It's Toastmaster Mustafa is evaluating Prakash. Just download the new agenda.
Okay, so Toastmaster Mustafa, can you kindly come up, please, and explain the roles
Yes.
for Toastmaster Prakash?
Sure. Thank you, TMOD. Today, my target will be Toastmaster Prakash. He is embarking his pathway 3, and his speech title is The Most Powerful Weapon. So get ready for his powerful weapon. Am I audible? Am I audible or no?
No, your voice is not clear.
Your voice was breaking, Prakash. I heard the most powerful weapon.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
repeat. Am I audible now? Is it clear?
Yeah, you're audible.
It's clear. Okay, so today my target speaker will be Toastmaster Prakash. He's embarking his pathway presentation mastery level 1 project 3. So everybody get ready to unleash his most powerful. I hope everybody heard me.
It was partly, I think so. It's okay. I think so. Let's bring in Toastmaster Prakash. I think so. You have some network issues, no issues. You're there. Can I bring in Toastmaster Prakash?
yes.
Let the timer explain the rule.
Okay. Toastmaster Sil, can you explain him what is the timing for Toastmaster Prakash?
Sorry. Yes, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 5 to 7 minutes, right?
Yes. Correct.
Okay. When he reached the 5 minutes, I'll show him the green card. When he reached the 6 minutes, I'll show him the yellow. And when he reached the danger zone, 7 minutes, I'll show him the red color. But I will give him 30 seconds to wrap up his speech. I wish him the best.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Toastmaster
Toastmaster
Sil.
Sil.
So here comes Toastmaster Prakash. Prakash, are you ready? You have pinned up the timer.
Yes. Yeah. I think we are facing a lot of glitches today. Internet issues. Many people are absent. But anyway, we're having this meeting kind of wonderful moment. And I'm also, after my first and second speech, this is my third speech that I also, escaped. So 1 or 2 speeches, prepared speeches before. But even this time, many people were not able to attend. But I'm very happy that this time we were able to make it happen. Yeah. So let's begin. Everyone likes to hear stories, at least during our childhood days, isn't it? Yeah. Today, I'm going to tell you a story about today's most powerful weapon. I'm sure you'll figure out what is it in next few minutes. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, very good evening. A long time ago, there was a farmer in a small town
One day, this farmer fell ill, and while he was about to die, he called upon his 3 children, Ramu, Lalu, and Raju. He shared his 50-acre land among Ramu and Lalu and a 10-foot wall right in front of his house to Raju. One day, a Swamiji, a very popular sage of the time, came to this town. Raju went up to him and asked, Swamiji, my father was so unfair to me. He gave me my brothers 50 acres of land, but for me, just 10 feet of wall. I don't know what I'm going to use out of this 10-foot wall, and I'm planning to destroy it. Swamiji thought for a while and said, my dear Raju, there is nothing like useless in this world. Everything has got purpose. For which Raju asked, Swamiji, then tell me, please suggest how this wall can be made useful to me and for others. Swamiji replied, Raju, first paint this wall with white. Go across every street and collect the news, then start writing on it wall every day, daily. Raju followed the Swamiji advice. Initially, no one cared about him. Slowly, this wall started receiving attention from the people. Okay, they started coming to this wall and read the news before starting their other routine of the day. Raju went up to the Swamiji and said, Swamiji, people are coming to the wall, but what's the use for me? I am not able to earn anything out of it. For this, Swamiji replied, Raju, now you go to the town's market and meet all the businessmen there. Okay, tell them what you're going to write about their product. As some people are going through this wall, as more people are going through this wall, there are many chances that they are interested in their product. Once they agree, you can charge them some money in return. This idea was a hit. Okay. Most of the business people readily agreed to this new way of marketing, and Raju get paid heavily. After a month, he again went up to the Swamiji and asked, Swamiji, now I want to become a richest in the town. Okay, I want to have more money. Can you please suggest? Can you please advise? For this, Swamiji thought for a while and replied, Raju, divide the wall in 2 portions. Okay, assign half of it for the news. Remaining half divide in 2 quarters. Assign 1 quarter of the portion for advertisement and divide 1/4 space to the small chunks of block. Allocate each blocks to the people to write their own messages. Charge them their personalized use. This idea did wonder to Raju. Okay, Raju received a lot of requests from the people for their own blogs. You know, it comes in small columns, smaller blogs in the newspaper. You might have seen and noticed this. He made sure to allocate this space to those who heavily paid him. With this, he became a richest. As the greed is the root of all evil, Raju started charging people for the reading the news and reduce the news portion on the wall and increase the space of other section for more money. Since Raju only interested in making more money, he didn't bother about the content going on the wall. In their personalized blog, people started writing gossip about the others, and ads defaming their business opponents started to appear. And eventually, the wall ended up with all filth needed. And all this triggered dispute among the people, and kingdom started losing its peace. On seeing this, king ordered a probe, held Raju and his wall as a culprit, The story ends and king ordered to destroy the wall and the seize all the Raju's properties. If you observe the story very carefully, it reflects the present day situation. Let me tell you the principal character of the story. The wall. Any guess what is it represents? It's a media, be it a printed, electronic, or social media. Raju represents the mind of a greedy businessman behind the media. Swamiji represents the heart of Raju. King represents the governing body or the governor who established a proper framework for the media. And the people, any guess? Yes, it's us. We have a responsibility to use effectively using the social media with sharing the content that are not objectionable to the others. The goal of the people behind the media should be to report the news through the medium of money, but if the case becomes like this, the goal is only making money through the medium of reporting news, in which the cases news won't be reported any longer, but only doctor for the purpose of TRP ratings and the money. There is a Raju inside me. There is a Raju inside many of us whose hands are tied with the greed to learn more, to earn more. Instead, let's learn to untie it with the key of the compassion to bring the spring back in the lives of the needy. That's all from me. Thank you very much, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Wonderful story, Toastmaster Prakash. I was just, without blinking, I was just trying to understand it. It's real. It's very true for today's thing. So, fellow Toastmasters, would like to have your comments in the chat box. Kindly put your chat so it gives encouragement to Toastmaster Prakash. So we will have 1 minute for. So going ahead with our next speaker, who is none other than, hold on, let me just get, okay, who is none other than Toastmaster Hussein. So I could already see Toastmaster Hussein standing, laughing, wonderful. You're showing me thing or thumbs up. Anyways, so here, come. So for Toastmaster Asil will be the evaluator for Toastmaster Hussein. I would like to see what Toastmaster Hussein would like to do. He is already one of my what you call. I envy him, because he's still new, but he has done so many what you call good things. One of the things, like I still like the scorecard that he made, 6s and 4s. I still remember him. I love you, buddy. So Toastmaster Asil, can you kindly come up and share the what you call the stuff what Toastmaster.
Okay, Toastmaster Sayin, I believe the purpose of your speech is for you to learn different communication style and identify your style and to share your impact of your own style. Timer, please note he has 5 to 7 minutes. Yes, Evaluator Asili has 5 to 7 minutes. When he reaches the 5 minutes, I'll show him the green color. When he reaches the mid time, 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow. When you reach the danger zone, 57 minutes. I'll show him the red, and he has 30 seconds to wrap up his speech. Thank you, timer. His title is It's Renewal Time. It's renewal time. Screen's yours.
So Toastmaster Hussein, seeing what you have for today. All the best.
Thank you. September 30, 2021. That's the last day of renewing your membership in Toastmasters. Being a VP membership, I learned one thing for sure. Trust me, guys, it is much easier to propose a girl and make her your lover, but it's really difficult to persuade your club members to renew their membership. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, in my speech, I will be sharing my experiments with different communication style while performing my role of VP membership. At first, I tried using initiating communication style. Initiating communication style requires you to interact with the people and share stories which could relate to them. For example, I said this way: Hello, Toastmasters. Imagine it's a bright sunny day. You are at the Toastmasters International Convention in December and the finals of World Championship of Public Speaking. The people are in the hall is filled with the people. People are speaking to each other. The coffee is brewing. You are excited, and your name gets called upon on the stage. Contestant number one, Asil Syed. Asil Syed, contestant number one. And you enter the stage with a huge cheer from public. Asil, Asil, Asil. You are excited to start your speech, but the moment you're starting, the chief judge comes on the stage and stops you. Asil Syed, you are not eligible to participate in this contest because you haven't paid your membership fees for this term. Dear Toastmasters, imagine losing such an amazing opportunity at World Championship of Public Speaking just because you haven't renewed your membership? I don't think so. Please pay your dues. I got a round of applause from the members for my tale, but that tale didn't give me any sale. So then I tried using supportive communication style. In supportive communication style, you need to earn the trust of the audience by giving them plenty of reassurances. So I tried it this way. Hello, Toastmasters. I know that you guys are working really hard to develop your communication and leadership skills. We, the club officers, are here to serve you and support you. And I assure you that you get the full value for the $45 you pay in Toastmasters. Yes, I know you are not so happy with this online meetings going on Zoom, but I assure you, by the start of the next year, we will switch back to the offline meetings. And trust me, it's an altogether a different experience, a different learning curve. Members appreciated my trust, but my dream of getting more renewals got bust. Then I switched to analytical communication style. In analytical communication style, you need to use facts and figures. So I prepared my sales pitch using these statistics. Hello, Toastmasters. Do you know only one in every 200 Toastmasters goes on to achieve the Distinguished Toastmaster Award? And if you think you are the rarest of the rare Toastmasters, please renew your membership to replenish the commitment towards becoming a DTM. I was expecting pats for my stats, but all I got was brickbats. Then finally I decided I will be using direct communication style. In direct communication style, you need to be on the point very quickly. You don't need to beat around the bush. Just be specific and be on point. So I said it this way. Hello, Toastmasters. It's renewal time, and I will give you three good reasons to renew. First, you can continue your uninterrupted progress towards your communication and leadership journey. Second, you can continue to receive unmatched support from our club officers and your mentors. And most importantly, you will be able to represent our club at the World Championship of Public Speaking. The renewal fees is $45 for 6 months. Please renew on time. Please help me to help you. Surprisingly, the dollars kept ringing and that made me singing. I was able to renew 50% of my membership and got two new members to the club. That made me realize that direct communication is my real and authentic style. Dear Toastmasters, communication style is like the vehicle on the road to reach your destination. You need the right vehicle to reach the right destination. For example, you don't need a sophisticated aircraft if the place you want to reach is the shop at the corner of your street. A bicycle would do. Similarly, you need the right communication style with the right people at the right time to get the right results. I have found my communication style. Have you? Back to you, TMOD Sayed.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hussein. So this is why I agree. It was like a clear, crystal, very beautiful speech. So, fellow Toastmasters, kindly put your feedbacks in the chat box that will show you and give encouragement to our upcoming champion Toastmaster, Toastmaster Hussein. Take 1 minute of time for this. So, fellow Toastmasters, so as we started off today, with our acting president talking so many great things about me, and I started off with a belief. So we were thinking some magic to happen. You know, if you start believing yourself, magic surely happens. And here, before us going to our next session, I would want you all kindly unmute yourself just for 2 minutes. Unmute yourself, everyone. Okay, guys, there are so many wrong beliefs in our society. Like for example, like in Hindi we say "Sau chuhe khake billi hach ko chali." That means to say a cat after eating 100 mice, it went to perform some religious things. Man, I tell what's wrong in that. If it had not done, it would have eaten 101 mice. 102, 103, it would have gone. And another one more very important thing, uh, people say, like, you have already heard this, I've told you many times, there is no gain without, I want all of you to tell, please, there is no gain without
Pain.
yeah, see here, this is a wrong belief. There is no gain without planning. Guys, these are the wrong beliefs, because we have heard, we have put it in our mind. If you do a proper planning, you will always win. So here, fellow Toastmaster, it's all the magic of belief. So here, to add another magic, You know who is here in our Toastmaster club today? None other than our Toastmaster Alan Paul, who is right away here from London. Alan, I've been following up you. I feel envy, man. You're on holiday trip or you're on a vacation or what is all going on? Are you on a work? You know, I've been following up you all your Instagram feeds, vlogs. Really wonderful, man. I've been like sitting in Kuwait and seeing the beauty of London there. So here, fellow Toastmasters, as I told, you should never lose the belief. So here today we have a special education session that will be done by Toastmaster Alan Paul. So this will surely add up. It's like people like we would have in the beginning. I felt like many of us thought, why should we had this meeting going on? Because of this magic happens, you need to start believing in ourselves. So I hand over this podium to Toastmaster Alan Paul. The stage is yours, Toastmaster Alan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Syed. It's great to know that you're following my vlogs as well as my stories. Okay, for those of you who don't know what I'm doing today, our VP Education, that is our acting president, asked if I can give a small workshop on the international speech contest. Now, for those of you who don't know what the international speech contest is, we have a contest season. Every club has a club contest, and that is where we participate in international speech, humorous, table topics, and evaluation. This is for people who don't know. So, one of the categories is international speech, and that is what I'll be speaking on right now on how to prepare for that. All right. Now, I know that the attendance over here is a little low, but the speeches that I saw here today, I mean, how are you learning all these things? Your mentors or someone must be so great. I mean, such quality. Like, I'm truly surprised for even though the meeting size is very small, the quality of speeches that we had here was fantastic. So I know that I'm not speaking to amateurs here. I'm going to be speaking to you guys as great speakers who can, fine tune a certain things to make it better for the international speech contest, which is coming up in the month of December or January, whenever your club excom will be announcing it. All right. So I'm going to teach you a few tips and tricks as you prepare for the international speech contest, and as you are here to listen to what I have to say, meaning I want what to say. I will teach you how to prepare and what to prepare for. But before I do that, I would like to ask you, like, why would you want to prepare for the international speech contest? Like the experienced Toastmasters, like Toastmaster Syed and Toastmaster Job, you can like respond to this if you like. Why would you want to participate in the international speech contest? You can unmute yourself and just say.
So, Vice President, I'll follow you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Syed. Toastmaster Alan, for me, last year I had participated in the club contest, and that is when I realized there is so much of opportunity or so much of growth which I have to explore it within myself. And that is when I realized that Toastmaster is such a platform where no matter how big or how small you are getting a chance to speak, you're getting a chance to develop and evolve yourself. So that is why I think international speech contest is really valuable, because reaching to that level itself is an achievement.
That's great to know. Thank you, Job. What about you, Syed? What about you have competed last year?
Yeah. See, in the beginning, I was like very selfish. Honestly, I was always wanted to win. I always wanted the cup, the trophy, the claps. But as the journey went on, I understood it's not only about winning; it's about the exposure. Like now I could believe in myself, the way I speak, the way I reflect my words and everything. I want to be there to grab that exposure and become a better speaker. It's not about winning, it's a journey.
The
So I
journey.
just want to be there to continue the journey. I know if I just keep on continue, one day sure, like you guys will make me the winner. So it's not anything about winning; it's the journey I want to continue.
I love to hear that. Thank you, Toastmasters Syed. I think the other Toastmasters haven't participated in the contest, right? Anyone else participate in the contest? Please let me know.
No,
No,
not yet, but really excited
not
to.
yet. Of
Yes.
course, you should. If you don't, then I'm coming to Kuwait to tell you to participate. Asil, yes, I saw you. Yes,
Yes,
please
I
tell
want
me.
to participate.
Just answering your question. I've been to contests before. Just answering your question.
Yes, yes. So, why would you want to participate in the international speech contest?
No, I would participate. I like a good challenge.
You like a good challenge. That's great to know. So many people participate for many reasons. For fame, for glory, uh, for the trophy, right? Some even want to reach the world championship of public speaking, like how you heard Toastmaster Hussein speaking. You can be the world champion of public speaking. Go on as you go from club, area, division, DTAC, the semifinals to the world championship of public speaking, that crowd cheering. But what I want to ask you is, what are you going to be speaking about?
Right
This
now,
is what I want to be speaking. This is what I'm going to help you about. Yes, Asil, I'll have more interaction with you. Whatever you want to speak, keep that in your mind, because as you go along this workshop, you will be able to develop that better. All right.
yeah, I
Yeah.
am still brainstorming.
Yeah, so I hope this workshop will help you to get that thing. All right. So all the champions, if you see, even today, as I heard the speakers, everyone has a message. So when you start preparing for your speeches, I want you to concentrate on that message that you want to give, because that message is what reaches out to a larger audience. Like if you see the recent world champion of public speaking, she talked about the bad effects of plastics, right? I don't know if you all heard. Did you hear about Verity Prize? Did you all see the World Championship of Public Speaking? No. Okay, so all of these speakers, they have a message that they're speaking about, and their speech is all revolving or coming to that message. So think about what message you're going to be speaking about, and then we'll frame our speech accordingly. All right, we'll incorporate all the elements which I'll be mentioning in this message, in this workshop. So I believe everyone knows how to structure a speech. There is an intro, there is a body, and there's a conclusion. Okay. Now, in the intro, what are you going to be usually speaking about? We don't want to just start with contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Good evening. My name is so and so, and today I'll be speaking about this. That's a little boring, right? I mean, if you're in a contest, I want you to start with a hook, an intro before you start with your solutions. Before you tell contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and friends, I want you to concentrate on a hook which can last for up to 5 to 10 seconds. Now, some people start the speech with that hook. They can start with a quotation from one of their favorite leaders, or they can mention about a very historical event, or they can even ask a question to the audience, which I wouldn't recommend, because this is an online contest, right? You won't get a response. But why don't you make it a little more creative? It's an online contest. You want to grab the attention of the audience, right? So instead of asking just a simple question, why not ask a weird question? Why not start with a shock, a statistical number? If you see TV series, in most of the scenarios in series, you will see that they start with something very shocking, that you will be glued to the scene, and then they start with the rest of their music and intro, right? So seeing the intro, they will want to see the rest of the episode. So think about that hook that makes you wonder, okay, what could it be? What can this do? If I don't know who all had seen my last international speech, I started with a glass. Okay, I showed a glass to the audience, and I took ice and I put it in that. Now, people got scared. They were thinking, oh my God, am I going to start drinking? And then I took milk and I poured it. So, so I had a reason for doing that. People, first of all, got a shock when I did that. And towards the end, when I gave the message, they understood why I did that. So think about that hook that can captivate the audience. A 5 to 10 second hook before your intro. That is how you can start. Now, how do we pick a topic for your speech? You have a message, or if you want to pick a topic for your speech, what can you be talking about? Where do you get inspiration from? You're all experienced speakers here. Like I heard today Hussein's speech. He spoke about membership, which is his role. So he got an idea like what are the other ways that you can pick a topic? Where do you get inspiration from? You can put it on chat or you can unmute yourself and speak. Nobody wants to speak? Yes,
Search,
John. Yes.
search on YouTube,
Search on YouTube. All right.
Google,
Google.
or
From our
from
day-to-day
any book.
activity, our interests, our hobbies.
Our hobbies, yes, that's a great thing. Our personal stories are a great way. Now, a job, just take care. If you are looking at YouTube and Google, just take care that you don't copy another person's speech because that would result in disqualification. It has happened a lot of times in the past. So just as you're all new, just keep that in mind. Don't try to copy another person's speech, but you can use that as inspiration to get other examples. Another good way to get topics is by participating in table topics. When you hear a question, you start thinking about it, right? And then you, after the meeting, you will still be thinking about that table topic question. Oh, I could have said this. Why didn't I say that? You can develop that into a speech. I remember when I went to another club, they had asked me a table topic question. Uh, what was your what was your best trip? All right, and I told them about my honeymoon, and I told them how from a romance movie it became a horror movie, and everyone just laughed. And I was like, you know what? I started thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I can make this as a speech. So I spoke about my journey, taking my wife to the jungles of India. And everyone laughed, everyone was horrified, everyone was having fun. And then towards the end, I had a message that no matter in life, you may plan for the perfect honeymoon, you may plan for the perfect job, you may plan for perfect trip, but life has a way of challenging you and ruining your plans. It is how you overcome those challenges that makes you who you are. So that was a message that I had. So participate in table topics, you will get ideas, and these are some of the ways that you can pick a topic. All right. Now, when you are speaking about a topic, most of the speeches, if you see international speeches, they are quite predictable. We want to be able to not be predictable, right? So one of the ways you can do this is by being a devil's advocate. Do you know what I mean by devil's advocate? Okay. If I
Title of the movie.
that's the title of a movie, yeah. But you know how some advocates root for the wrong side, yeah. So what? Say for example, the speaker is speak. I heard one of the speakers saying, "What is more important, money or family?" Most of us will say family, right? But what if you say money is more important? Then they'll be like, hey, what is this guy speaking about? And they'll be more interested to listen to what you have to say, right? And I'm just giving an example, about being a devil advocate. It's just bringing a twist. Some might say, like this person was saying, spend time with people. I mean, instead of saying spend time with people that you care about before they depart, what if they say, why spend time with people if they're going to depart? So it is just I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just saying about some hooks or some stories which are so unpredictable, but then when they come to the conclusion, it will make sense as to why they say that. Right now, as I mentioned earlier, what is that?
Not being with the majority, you mean? I mean,
Yes, exactly. And I believe Toastmaster Hussein has a really good way of being creative with your speeches. I have seen that. So I believe you will be able to incorporate some of these styles in your speeches as well.
definitely, I would like to.
Yeah. Okay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, your message should be simple. All right. Uh, should have a hook and then followed by a frame. Okay. Like when you're working towards your message, don't give away crucial details early on in your speech. Like establish the base. Say, what if you say in the beginning of your speech that my grandmother is 88 years old? Now, if you say this in the beginning, then the audience will kind of guess how this is going to end, right? Yeah, so try not to give away crucial details in the beginning, early on in your speech. Try to have that suspense, that twist that can be there. And when you're working on your message, I have seen some of the speeches not giving a message. When I asked the speaker, like, bro, what was your message? They said, oh, you didn't understand? I was implying this. No, don't imply the message. State it clearly. Like, don't beat around the bush. Get to the point directly. When you have a message, always state that, at least towards the conclusion point. All right. And another thing that I would recommend is to use personal stories. Stories are a great way to connect with the audience. And try not to be the hero of your story. Why I'm saying this is because when I initially started, I spoke about, how I did that, how I went here, how I went there. People just thought that I'm just showing off. They don't really like that. People don't like people showing off, even though it's something that we like to do. I mean, you can do that, but the judges may not really like that. Okay, but if you want to be the hero of your story, please go ahead and do that. Okay, now what I would recommend otherwise is to tell a story about something that happened to another person and you understood the story as an observer. Now keep this in mind and observe some of the international speech contests. You will know what I'm talking about when I mean by some story of something that happened to another person and not being a hero of your story. All right. Uh, I don't know if I'm being timed. Okay, but I believe I'm getting out of time. Okay. Now, as you come across, and now we talked about the hook, we talked about the intro, the frame. Now, when we are building up to the climax, that is the pinnacle of your speech, that is the height of your story. I observed how Prakash had done this. Like you saw how everything came towards the end, and he just gave that message, right? So, as you are working towards the height of your message, everything, whatever story you have, it should lead to this moment. Okay, and what you can do is have a twist that nobody saw coming. So try to build on something like that when you do it, because, and also at the same time, if you're talking about the failures, audience will be able to relate to that more. Show them the struggle that you have. If you only talk about the good things, they'll be like, okay, it's just another thing. But if you talk about the failures, everyone has failures. Everyone is going through tough moments in your life. Nobody is having the time of their life. Everyone has something that they are struggling with, right? So people will be able to relate to failures more. And as you come to the conclusion, after your message, when you give, when you need to give your audience something to do as they leave, you need to give a callback message. You saw how Hussein gave a message, and after that, he said something towards the end. How about you? He gave that message, right? That is called a callback message. Okay, that is an action point that you're going to do. After the message, what are you going to do? Like, don't talk about, so after this, the global warming is bad, so don't do global warming. If you speak about something that nobody can do, people wouldn't be able to relate. So try to have a callback message that is very simple to understand. All right. Something simple like the next time you go out there, smile and see what impact it can do for the other person. So that should be the callback message. Something simple. All right. So after all these things, if you look at the ballots now, um, there's not, I mean, okay, we don't need to get into the ballots. There's a lot to talk about. And I think that's all related. Yeah. One of the things that I usually tell people is to go through the projects in level 3. There are so many electives, right? They talk about body language, vocal variety, trying descriptive languages. So if you try all those projects out, you will know how exactly to frame your delivery. I give you tips on how to build your speech, some creative ideas. But if you want to do about the delivery, try looking through those projects before your international speech because they will be really helpful for you. I hope this was insightful for everyone. I know that time is up, but I don't see the timer timing me. So if you have any doubts, please put it on chat. I can respond to you, or you can reach back to me at the end of the day through messages, and I'll be happy to clear it out. All right. With that being said, back to you, Toastmaster of the day. And please let me know how much time I took also.
Toastmaster Alan, it's like, thank you very much for coming in here. That was really good and refreshing. We were losing that momentum, that spirit. You came in, you showed the magic, belief, and everything is up and lightning. You put the stage on fire. Guys, where is
Oh.
the extinguisher? Okay,
Oh, you
so
really know how to
before
motivate a person. Thank you.
so before going further, let's ask our timer, Toastmaster Asil, have both the speakers qualified? So we can have the polls for the best speaker.
Yes, both of them were qualified this semester, but Kashi were actually, if you have
Uh, we are missing you, Toastmaster Asil. So both the speakers are qualified.
yes,
Wonderful. So can we have the polls now? Are the polls ready?
Yes, yes, yes. I'll generate send the polls.
Okay, let us have the polls. When there are only two speakers, it's whom to vote. It's like it's like very challenging. This is the first time I felt something not so good at my heart. But anyways, both the speakers did the best, and especially the story of Prakash, I loved it. It touched my heart. So, fellow Toastmasters, before going to our next session, I would like to tell you a short story on belief. There was this a small village where it was not raining. So they were trying to do a prayer. So the priest told everybody, whoever is coming, bring a glass of milk so we can put it in the what you call a big pot. So we will just do the prayers and so on. So everybody came, they were just hiding the lid and coming and pouring, pouring, pouring. And you know what happened? After all the villagers finished, the prayers, everything finished, all the villagers have gathered. And one of the worst thing that happened was like they were trying doing these prayers for the rain to fall, but none of them came with an umbrella. There was only one small girl who had come with an umbrella because she had a belief that the prayers will get fulfilled and the rain will come. This is the light that when you're doing something, you need to have belief. Fellow Toastmasters, you're coming here to say that okay, it will rain, then you should be prepared with an umbrella. And the make the things more worse, when the pot was filled, nobody had actually poured the milk, it was only water. So what do you expect? Will the rain, they will be raining with water? No, both the things were incomplete. You didn't had the belief, you didn't come with an umbrella, and you didn't even had bought the milk, you had just poured only water. So how can this happen? So if you're not believing in yourself, if you're not so good at your heart, so how can the good things happen to you in life? So first start believing in yourself. You are the one who can make a big difference. Have you heard about this lady called, what's her name? I just forgot her. Let me just get her name. Arunima Sinha. She was thrown away from a running train. Both the legs were cut off, but still somehow she survived. When both your legs are get cut and you survive, what do you think when you sit on you're just waiting to die or something? What do you think? You might think mother might take care of me, I don't know what will happen. But this girl thought, I'm still alive, I will not give up, I need to do better things before I die. What did she do? She climbed the 6 biggest peaks, including Mount Everest, with the prostate legs. This is the belief that she had. Guys, do we have such belief in ourselves? Something slight happens to our life, we start shaking. So fellow Toastmasters, make a belief a stronger one, not the broken one. Surely you will succeed. So I think so. We do have a lot of time now. Going on a lighter side, let's go and play something with Toastmaster Job Daniel. So I believe he has something show for on in our next session, the table topic session. Everyone kindly take part. Let us make a light movement here, Toastmaster Job. Belief has become a really, something I've been like really hot on these guys. So let's have a lighter session now.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Syed. You are doing a wonderful job, and the session is, even though it's a small group right now, but we all are enjoying it. As the table topic master, the purpose of this topic master is to facilitate our members to have the opportunity to practice their impromptu speaking skills. I'll display a few topics using which you can, there'll be 2 minutes, and I would request the timer to explain the timing rules for the table topics. Timer, you there? Okay, I think Asil.
Let me just conclude. Fellow,
I don't know. My
okay,
internet
Toastmaster Asil is here.
is going crazy today. I explained the time and table topics, right?
Yes.
Yes, my internet is going cuckoo today. I don't know why. Anyway, each participant has 1 to 2 minutes. In the 1 minute, I'll show the green color, 1.5 yellow color, and in the danger zone, 2 minutes, red color, and they have 30 seconds to wrap up their speech.
Thank you so much, timer. Let me share my screen. Yes, here it is. Table topics are still a very scary thing for me, but I try that I'll take one question at least. So let's see now what we have for today's evening. I have the 6 options over here. One is a Tinkerbell fairy, a black cat, and a few people carrying shopping bag, their food. There's a magic, and there are aliens. So who would like to go on? Take up the first challenge is Toastmaster Hussein. Okay, Toastmaster Hussein, what is the first option that you would like to take?
Food is love. Love is food.
Okay, that is good. Food is
Hussein,
love.
you're
Love
breaking Toastmaster Asil's heart.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Yes, food is love. We all live to eat. Let's check what is. Okay, so the question is, if you could eat as much as one food as you wanted without ever getting full or fat, which food would you choose? The question is, if you could eat as much as food as you want without ever getting fat or full, which food would you choose? Over to you, Toastmaster Hussein.
Thank you, Toastmaster Job Daniel, for that lovely question. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and your guests once again. Well, obviously, the first thing that comes in my mind is junk food. Obviously, everyone loves junk food, and I love it too. And obviously, without any doubt, I would love to have junk food for all my life. Even though healthy food also I like, but of course, there is no doubt that junk food is the main need right now. It's a fast food. I don't like that healthy food is, I feel, slow food, because it takes too much time, and too much time to make your health and all. But junk food gives you fast, it's a fast source of I mean, it's good for your mind, not good for your body, but yes, it gives fast, and it's a fast food, right? So it gives you fat also fast, and everything is fast, and you can finish it off, and you can do anything if you want. So if I have to give, and even in junk food also, my favorite is burgers every time. So yes, I would like to have burgers full life. Um, yes, it's like even I like pizzas and all, candies and all, as you showed in the picture. But yes, burgers are my favorite, and chicken burgers is the most favorite thing if I can have for my full life. But I just think that this is just a dream which is never going to fulfill in my life. If you could do that for me, I would be really grateful. So yes, I would like to end here, and I would like to be. I'm just gonna dream about having burgers all my life. And for the fact, I will tell you, for the dinner itself today, for my dinner, I'm gonna have chicken burger. So that makes it full circle for me tonight. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster, table topic master job day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hussein. So now I feel your body is telling my body is a temple where junk food goes to worship.
Yes, I
Now,
would love to worship that.
okay, so let's go ahead with the second topic.
Mustafa.
Mustafa. Yes, Toastmaster Mustafa, what would you like to take? Food is already gone.
Shopping.
Sorry,
The third one, two people
the shopping. Okay,
Yes.
let's see what you have in the shopping bag. Okay, so the question here is, if you could shop for free at any store, which store would you choose and why? If you could shop for free at any store, which store would you choose and why? Actually, this question should have been to any lady, but okay, over to you.
Okay, good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmasters. My question is, if I could choose to shop at any place for free, which I'll choose? And it's obviously gold, because I'm an accountant and I always think about the investment part. I'll choose gold. I'll buy all of them or as much as I can. And I know the rates will increase and it's a good investment. And guess what? I can also keep my wife happy. Ah, it's and keeping a wife happy is one of the most toughest job. And if I can do that with gold, what else you can want? So I would be happy with my accounting part also. As an accountant, I would be happy, and as a husband, I would be happy. So professionally, personally, everything happy, and that is the most fun part of buying gold. And of course, yeah, in the gold shop, you can spend so much hours and hours. So that will be gold. But I'll also want to take my wife so that she will buy all the gold and I'll set aside, because buying gold is as an investor, it's very good. But buying it and choosing it is as irritating as it is. So I will choose gold. And with that, over to you, TTM.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Toastmaster Mustafa. So Toastmaster Mustafa's main aim is to keep his wife happy, and as he told Gold, that the same moment I remember dialogue from a movie: "Gold, gold, gold, bright and yellow, hard and cold." So he has a really good choice of shopping. Let me choose. Who is the next participant who would like to choose?
If no one volunteers to speak next,
Okay, Toastmasters Syed, I have seen his hand. Syed,
Let Toastmaster Asil go. Ladies
oh,
first. I will be back after Asil, number 4.
okay. Let's give
famous
Toastmasters.
word. But first, can someone time me? Can someone time me?
Okay, I will time for you.
Okay.
I don't have a clock. After 2.5 minutes, I will do peep. Okay.
You will what?
I will make a sound peep.
In the green, in the 1 minute, right? Okay. Because I'm a Disney fan, I'm gonna go with Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm a Disney fan.
So you're a Disney character. You are a fan of fairies and magic. So
I'm
let's
a
see
big
what
fan of Frozen.
Frozen. Okay, let's see what you have. Okay, so the question is very much simple. Do you believe in fairies? And if it is yes, please provide a reason. And if it is no, please provide a reason. Please provide a reason. Why do you believe in fairies? Over to you.
Well, I want to believe in fairies because there was this one movie time. If someone doesn't believe in fairies, Tinkerbell will vanish. To be honest, even though I'm a Disney fan, I'm also a realistic person. I don't really believe in supernatural. Even this black cat you put in front of me, I don't believe it doesn't bring it. I don't believe it brings bad luck. As a cat fan myself, I don't think it's the source of bad luck. So I think I'm gonna go with no. In realistic point of view, there isn't any fairies or genies. But in the Disney fan side, I would love to believe in fairies because I don't want Tinkerbell to disappear or any other tiny fairies. I don't want her to disappear. No, 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 no. Like I said before, because I am much of a realistic girl, I don't believe in these kind of stuff. I don't believe walking under the ladder. I could walk under it any time. And I could step on the crack at any time and my mom is okay. Anyway, it was a good choice choosing Tinkerbell. I would love to believe in fairies just to keep her available. But on the realistic side, no, I don't believe in this stuff. Maybe I do believe in miracles once in a while. But no, superstition, no, I don't believe in that stuff. Thank you for calling me over to Table Topic Master, and back to you.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful, Toastmaster Asil. I can see Toastmaster Syed is showing some board. Uh,
So this
uh,
was my green and this was my yellow.
okay. So now let's go ahead with the next topic. It's Toastmaster Syed. What would you like to take?
I would like to go with the aliens, please.
The aliens?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to. Okay. So here is the question. If aliens landed on Earth tomorrow and offered you to take you home with them, would you go and why? I'll repeat, if aliens landed on Earth, or for example, say on Kuwait tomorrow and offered you, come on, say it, come with me, let me take you to our planet, would you go and why? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Job. Surely, if aliens would land tomorrow in Kuwait and ask me to come with them, I would surely go with them. I would surely go, but with some few conditions. I would say, like, I would be your team leader. I will bring my wife, my girlfriend, my ex, my children, with lots of pickles and bananas and veggies. And I will tell them, guys, you teach me how to drive, and I will drive the spaceship also. It's an opportunity once in a lifetime, and I would never want to wish. And for sure, I will keep some conditions. Contract conditions. I tell them, guys, this is a vacation. 1 month I get leave from my company, so we will just go on a trip and drop me back again after 1 month. So for sure, I would never want to miss this opportunity. Going to the moon. I don't know how the journey would have been. I would always want, like, sometimes being normally on planet Earth also makes you feel boring. So let's have an adventure. And especially after all this work from home, Corona, COVID. So if I'm getting a chance to visit another planet with my contractual terms for sure, okay. So I need to come back. So I need to join the Toastmasters also. No, after 1 month, you guys can give me 2 sessions off for sure. So then I'll be a Toastmaster of the day after 1 month. So for sure, I would like to visit and come back to planet Earth again. Back to you, Toastmaster. Table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Syed. Toastmaster Syed wants to go with the alien to take up as a challenge. So let's see if the aliens are visiting us soon. Now we have the next. Okay, Toastmaster Prakash, would you like to take? Toastmaster Prakash, are you there?
Yes, I think
Yes.
only one option is left.
No, there are two options: Black Cat and the magician, magic fairy.
Yeah,
No, not the
okay,
fairy.
let's go. Yeah, I don't understand the second picture, but let's go to Black Cat.
Black Cat.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go with the Black Cat. Okay. Do you think black cats are witches in disguise? As you know, as you might have heard about the concept of black cat. If a black cat is crossing the road, it is bad. This is a very misconception. But in your opinion, do you think black cats are witches in disguise, as it is said in the movies and the books? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you again. There is a big misconception about the black cat, especially in my place where people are traveling to faraway places or somewhere visiting to near to their relatives or friends. If black cat crosses them, there's a situation like if you're going to a relative's house, there might be something will happen to them, to the relatives. So in that situation, what they normally do, they come back 10 step back, then take a right, and only they can cross that way. Okay, there is some kind of this kind of, it's been a long time, I really don't remember, but when I was a small, that things used to happen. I don't know, it's still happening there or no. But I don't think this is really happens. Since I came in Kuwait, I get to see a lot of black cats in street, in my neighborhood. They're having a black cat. So I don't really remember that something happening to me or any of my friends, like they are falling sick because of black cat. So I don't really believe this in these superstitious things. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prakash. You were explaining your story from your hometown. It's really wonderful. Actually, in ancient times, cats were worshipped. I guess in Egyptian history, cats were worshipped as gods.
There are plenty of cat gods if you come and visit Egypt and pyramids. You'll see.
Okay. So now we have the last one. Let's give this one to our Alan Paul. He's the one who came with the magic wand today, and the last one with the magic wand is for him.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Okay, this one is very interesting. If you could be an animal, which animal would you be and why? If someone is casting a magic spell on you, and if you would be an animal, which animal would you be and why? Over to you, Toastmaster.
Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Today I'm going to be telling you a true story of something that had happened to me last week. I was sleeping the other day, and all of a sudden this fairy came to my room. I was like, hey, am I in a fairy tale? And then the fairy got offended, and she was like, you know what? I'm going to grant you a wish. I'm going to make you into an animal. You tell me which animal you would like to be. And then I started thinking, which animal can I be? All right. Now I started discussing with her. Okay, now can I be a dragon? She said, come on, dragons don't exist. You cannot be a dragon. I said, but I want to fly. She said, okay, you can be a lizard. That is derived from dragons. I said, no, then what will I do my whole life? Then I said, okay, can I be a unicorn? I said, Come on, there are no unicorns in this world. I said, how do you know unless they are discovered? They're like, no, you cannot be a unicorn. That is period. I said, all right. I said, I decided what I want to be, what animal I would like to be. I want to be the most dangerous animal in this world. I want to be I want to be an animal that can cause a lot of havoc and destruction on this planet Earth. Make me that animal. And the fairy said, all right, here you go. Abracadabra, avada kedavra, here you go. Boom. And that is how I still am remaining as a human being. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we human beings are the most dangerous animals in this world, right? But the next time a fairy comes to you and gives you this wish, you know what to be in order to not turn yourself into an animal. Because what can be worse than a human being, right? Over to you, tabletop master.
Wonderful, wonderful. What, what a wonderful visualization. As it is said, all humans are a social animal. So I can relate to that. I think we are done. I would like to end with a very wonderful quote that I had encountered today. This is this quote. There is a huge difference between working on something and working towards something. Just let me repeat, there's a huge difference between working on something and working towards something. So it's a very uh, deep line, or a deep, when we constantly tell someone that I'm working, but that working is not something which is giving a result. But if you are working towards to achieve a goal, that is where the huge difference, that is where the result matters. Like you have a goal, you're working towards achieving your goal. And I have joined Toastmasters towards to achieve my goal, to be a better speaker or to enhance my skills. And I'm hoping that I'm working towards something. So let's hope you all are doing the same thing. Thank you, guys. Over to you, tabletop. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Job Daniel. That was really wonderful. Okay, so like before moving further to our next session, uh, timer, Toastmaster Seal, you have qualified, you are within the time range. Can I know the other five, what you call table topic masters were qualified, so we can get arranged with the polls? Toastmaster Sil, I think so. You're mute. Okay. Anyways, until Toastmaster Sil come back. So continuing from.
I'm sorry. I
Uh,
need to take the rest.
Here our table
Sorry.
Toastmaster Sil is back. Okay. Toastmaster Sil, you were qualified. You were within the time range. You didn't cross that. So our remaining five table topic masters were qualified.
How many minutes I take this decide?
There were totally six of them. One way you qualified. So I believe the remaining also qualified.
Yes, the remaining are qualified. Alan was a close call.
Oh, okay. So good news. All the six table topics, all the six persons were qualified. So in the meantime, we can have when the polls are getting ready. Let me continue on what Toastmaster, our table topic master, has ended. Just like my English teacher for my son Fardin, class 1, he has to tell every day, they have made it as a practice or theme of the day, what we call a thought of the day. So the last thought of the day was on Thursday. His thought was, do things that are right, not easy. It's a single one liner, do things that are right, that are not easy. I will add one more line to it. You know, doing the things in the right way is more important than doing the things that are right. If fellow Toastmasters, if you could ask me, why am I telling you this? Why? Because doing the things that are right means to say, like for example, we all know driving. We all drive. You all drive, and if you know driving and you need to go to Jehra, you're driving very fast. But if you don't take the Jehra road, but instead take the Salmia road, and if you drive very fast, you'll reach the wrong destination faster, even though whatever a good driver you are. So I need to tell is like doing the things in the right way is not important, but is like more important than doing the things right. Confusing, no? Doing the things in let us leave it here. Okay, my conclusion was like we need to do things in a right way instead of doing the right thing. So going further, today the main session was belief. So this belief we have got, how can you break this belief? You, me, we ourselves, everybody can break this belief. You have seen a big elephant in the zoo or a circus, it has been tied up with only small rope. Do you think why this elephant doesn't break and go away? Because when the elephant was small, no, people had tied it with a very strong iron rods, everything. It tried to break, but it didn't. From the childhood, it didn't break. So in his mental patterns, in his mind, so it has come to a conclusion: I can never break this rope. So, fellow Toastmasters, all this thing is something related to only your mental thoughts. Break this, come out, so you will be a more better person. So here, before let me going to our next and the final most important session, the general evaluation. I would ask Toastmaster Asil to kindly come up and take up her role. Toastmaster Asil, can you come up, please?
Yes, I am already here. Can you hear and see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Great. Hello again. As you all remember me, I did all the time. As you all remember me, I did all your times. Luckily, no one got disqualified. No one got disqualified. For now, let's see what happens in the evaluation session. We have two amazing evaluators, Mr. Mustafa and Mr. Asil. Please help me call out our first evaluator. Timer, could you please tell us how many minutes do each evaluator has? Yes, thank you, General Evaluator. Each evaluator has 2 to 3 minutes. I'll show them the green color when they reach the 2 minutes, yellow when they reach 2.5, and 3 minutes, which is the danger zone. I will show them the red color, and they each have 30 seconds to wrap up their evaluation. Thank you, Timer. Please help me call out our first evaluator, Toastmaster Mustafa, who will evaluate Toastmaster Prakash. I hope I said your name right. The screen is yours.
Hello, once again. Everyone.
Yes, it's Prakash.
Today, hello, am I audible? Yes, okay. So today I have evaluated my target speaker, Toastmaster Prakash. So it was a great speech. Unfortunately, I missed out the few minutes in the beginning because of the poor net connection. But when I came back, I was able to follow it, and it was really, really great. I had some points that I liked and something that I want to improve into. First, I will start with what I like. I like the way he presented the speech. Uh, because I missed out the beginning, I'm not able to know how he started off. But when I came in, and he was narrating a story, and the story was really good, and he was talking about the war and things like that. Like our DPM Alan said, he never let us know what he is actually talking about. He kept speaking, and our focus was only on the story. And in the end, he revealed what are the characters and what are the things. So he conveyed his message in a wonderful way with a good example and let people think and make understand what he's speaking about. He was speaking about the media, and which is one of the most important topic right now. Secondly, I like how confidently he delivered. He had initially when he started off, he said he lacked confidence and he's not comfortable speaking in public. But that is no gone. I think it's a thing of past now. He's very confident. He delivers the speech with confidence. There is a flow, and he keeps speaking. I don't see any uh, interruption, and that is really good. So I really love the speech. I have certain points of improvement that can make your speech even better. Firstly, I would like you to stand up. That will bring your energy a little bit higher, and you can speak with a lot of energy. Secondly, you could have ended with a quote. So you were giving out a message. You are talking about media, and you had a wonderful example, but you did not conclude it with an effective quote or question that would have concluded and it in on a high. So that is the only thing that I found it missing, but I hope you will take all the points and make your speech even better for the next time. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mustafa. Good job. Now, help me welcome our next famous, lovely evaluator who will evaluate Toastmaster Hussein, Toastmaster Asid. And before I call her, Toastmaster Syed, could you time her just like you did in table topic?
Surely, I'll do that.
Okay, the screen is yours. Thank you, General Evaluator. Now, his purpose was to introduce the style and his own style. And indeed, he filled in his objectives. He talked about style in general, then he talked about what style he prefers and suits him. I know he made up the story about Homie being disqualified, but I want you to know I never postponed anything at the last second. So I would have renewed my membership sooner and I wouldn't be disqualified, just to let you know. You could have chosen someone else. You had to choose someone who never postponed anything. Still, it was a funny story. It did make me laugh. We Egyptians take comedy as our pride. So thanks for the comedy story. Amazing confidence you have. You talked about a few styles, and you talked about the style you prefer, and give us an encouragement to use this style. And gesture, amazing gesture, how you count. You did a great job. There were areas of improvement. Vocal variety, Bill heard you well, but it was in the same volume. I go through this problem all the time. I speak in the same volume. Maybe you didn't notice, but allow me to explain. You need to use high and low. You want to talk about something low or sad, or depending on what you think, talk in low voice. Talk something excitement. Make high voice. It is up to you to decide the pitch of your voice and volume. Your eye contact was okay, and I know it's a Zoom meeting, but we need to make sure that we let the audience know they are there. Let them know you consider them their priority. Try to look in direction as used. If you're using the laptop, you can see there's right and left audience. You can look like left, but not all the time. And don't stare at them. You're not spying on them. Lastly, I want to talk about his movement. I almost got lost. Where are you in the speech? Almost. when you want to talk about different style, and when you want to talk about this made up story you made, this funny story, you could have talked about it here, or you could have talked about it there. My mentor would say it's better to divide your movement so the audience would know what you're talking about. Some might get lost. I almost got lost. All in all, it was a great speech. Thank you for making me laugh. Like I said, we Egyptians love comedy. So work more on your vocal variety, your eye contact, and your movement, and you do even more better than you already did today. Back to you, your evaluator. Wow, amazing evaluation as always. Wish you the best luck in the evaluation segment contest and in all segments. How important shall we vote for the best evaluator, or should I call out the grammarian counter?
The polls are ready. If you want, I can run it.
Okay, I know Mustafa is qualified. To semester Syed, did I qualify?
Yeah, you're qualified. You're within. You didn't reach red. You crossed yellow.
Great. Let's vote for the best evaluators. Then I'll call out the two other important role players soon. Let me know when the poll's done.
Yes, it's done.
Okay. How important is grammar? Of course, many people make mistakes, but there's no shame for areas of improvement. Help me call out our grammarian for today to give us his feedback. The screen's yours.
Hello once again. Hello once again. I would like to start with the word of the day. The word of the day was perpetuality. Unfortunately, I think only Toastmaster Syed was able to use that. But there's always next time. I think outside the meeting, I'm sure you are going to use it and get used to it. I had, this meeting had wonderful number of punchlines. Uh, for example, uh, put the stage on fire, do things that are right, not easy by TMOD. TM Hussein, Pats for States, dollar getting ringing, that got me singing. So then Toastmaster job, body is temple, junk food is worship. Uh, all animal are social animal. All human are social animals. For me, there is a huge difference between working on something and working towards something. Uh, and then there was a good explanation by DTM Allen, not being a hero of your story, people relate to failure more and things like that. So it was a great meeting. We had a few people, but all of them did really well. Over to you, and general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mustafa, for your great evaluation in grammar. Now, help me call out another important role player who counts the repeated words in the ahs and Help me call out our today's counter to give us his report.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. The R counter is really very valuable and important for every meeting. And every time we repeat the same R's and ums over and over again in all these meetings. But I am seeing that we are gradually reducing it, which is a good point. So let me start with Toastmaster, the TMOD for today. Syed, Toastmaster Syed had 7 R's and 5 and 3 like this. And Toastmaster Mustafa had the biggest number of R's. He had 10 R's and 7 and 2 Toastmaster Asil had 3 R's and 3 ums. Toastmaster Prakash, I did not notice. There was not many R's, but there were two times he had mentioned R and 2 ums. Toastmaster Hussein was very good. I think he's the champion for today. I was not able to make out any R's or ums. Of course, they might be there, but he was in a good pace and flow. So there's nothing noticeable. All in all, there's nothing much. Toastmaster Allen, I cannot. There's no point in finding his R's and ums. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Job Daniel. Wow, even though you guys were a few role players, you really made the meeting happen, Toastmaster Job. I understand how you feel. I'll never forget those days I tried to fight for my club. Of course, everyone wanted to fight for their club, but I had the most free time. So again, I will propose to you all again. Try create a group, and I'll give you points, advices, areas of improvement to help you. Hard for me for now to join your club. 2 clubs for me is enough for now. I have so much to juggle right now, but I will make time for you for tips and advices. About the meeting, you guys started on time. It was okay, and good job to Semester Job Daniel taking over the president. I actually did it twice before in my club. Toastmaster of the Day introduced the role players and talked about the theme. Hello, little cutie. Talked about the theme of the day in details in PowerPoint. Good job. Great job to all speakers and evaluators. No one got disqualified. Very good job. No one got disqualified. Would you like to give us a speech, little cutie? Want to give us a speech? Okay, as I was saying, no one got disqualified. Good job to you all. And good job to Semester Ellen. I wish you all told me there was going to be a workshop. I did not notice there was a workshop, so I could not pin the time. However, because I'm good with math, I knew what time it was, and I did some math about what time he ended and what time he started. So he took 21 minutes. Math runs in the family, so I only did the math and timed it right. Good job, Grammarian and Counter, for doing the job. Amazing, and good job to you all. Great job to the evaluators. And again, I say I will try to help you all whenever I can. Just create a group and add me, and I'll give you a few tips of improvement. I will answer to you all as soon as possible, as I already got enough on my plate, but I will make time for you all. Thanks for having me, and just met your job. If you want to invite me, try to invite me a day earlier, just like you used to do before, because I was afraid I might not be able to attend, but luckily I managed to. Thank you all for having me. Let me return the screen back to the Toastmaster of the Day. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sil, for always being here and helping us. So we are here almost at this session. As I told you, I just copied a code from my son's class before, and now he's saying, Papa, kindly tell this code also to all your Toastmaster friends. And the code goes like this: tomorrow has not begun. We have only today. Let's begin. So, fellow Toastmasters, we need to believe in today, do our best, believe in ourselves. You know, we all are here today in this meeting. Why? Because of that belief we have here, the Toastmasters will make me a better speaker. This Toastmasters will make me a better person. This Toastmaster will lead me in my journey to success. So during this session, if I have done some mistakes or there is a gap for improvement, kindly share your feedbacks to me. and I hand over the podium to our acting president, Toastmaster Job Daniel. To you, Toastmaster Job Daniel.
Thank you so much, TMOD Syed. It was really wonderful. What an energetic theme and what a wonderful session that you have planned in such a short time. I know that you are always our champion and you are always improving as every meeting is progressing. I can see that you are like a big elephant. We cannot, not literally. You are like a big elephant who is there to always support or who is always there to safeguard us. So I'm sure each one of us present over here, Toastmaster Hussein, Toastmaster Mustafa, and Toastmaster Prakash, will become an elephant like Toastmaster Syed, now, which will help them grow professionally and personally in their life. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Toastmaster Asil. She is, there's no words to express my my happiness and being grateful to her, because today we had such an unfortunate moment that so many of the already assigned role players had to move out or they had some emergencies, and she is one person who is always ready and willing to take up any role and any challenge. Sometimes I wonder how it is possible for Toastmaster Asil to do all these things. Like how she's still working. She did not. She's still studying. Like she completed her studies and she did not even start her working professional career, and she's able to handle so much. I wish and hope that there is such a huge scope and huge place for her in her career life, because she's there always to take care of us whenever we want. She's here as a superwoman, as Mustafa mentioned in the chat. Thank you so much, Superwoman, for helping us today. And DTM Allen, as you all know, it was magic that he came over here for the meeting. I know he's really busy, and since his time zone is different, today his wife is also not at home, so it was a lucky day. He is here for today's meeting and gave us some important tips on the preparation for our international speech contest. Thank you so much, DTM Allen. With this, I would like to run the polls. We have two polls pending. One is for the best table topics. I'll just launch the polls now. There's another poll for the best role player.
Choice 4 is, I think, PM job.
Yeah, sorry.
The choice 4 is PM job, I guess, for years.
Yeah. No, we have other role players also. So we'll make use of the opportunity. Okay, fine. So all the roles, all the polls are completed. This is a moment of sharing the certificates and revealing the winners. So the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Hussein. When Toastmaster Prakash did a really wonderful job. If we had two awards, I think I would have given to Toastmaster Prakash also. Such a well-scripted speech, but still there is always scope of improvement, and there's no argument that you did not win the best speaker, but still you are in the best category. Now moving ahead with the second, which is the best evaluator, is Toastmaster Asil. Toastmaster Asil is our guest, and she's evaluated Toastmaster Hussein wonderfully. The best role player is also Toastmaster
Oh, no
Asil.
way.
Toastmaster Asil is here to steal all our awards, but we are more than happy to give all the awards to you.
My
You really
sister would
deserve
tease
it.
me about this. She'd say I steal every reward.
The last for the best table topic goes to DTM Allen. Sorry, the DTM is not.
Thank you.
It's always that we expect. Because there's no one to beat DTM Allen till now. But I hope from our club we'll have Toastmaster Hussein, Toastmaster Syed, and Mustafa soon, and even Prakash is in queue. With this, I would like to end with a quote which I just now found. The speed of success is limited only by your dedication and what you are willing to sacrifice. Speed of success is limited only by your dedication and what you are willing to sacrifice. So all the people present over here, I would like to say that your speed of success will be much higher because you have dedicated your time and you have sacrificed a lot and been present in today's meeting. I'm sure all this will come back to you. I wish you all the very best, and we have a new week coming ahead, a working week, busy week. Let's plan for our upcoming meetings. Please book your slots and try to see that you don't, on at least on that second Saturday, you reserve this 2 hours. So we'll take out time to attend for the meeting. I know that we are all busy in our work life and a personal life, but spending these 2 hours will, I assure you that you'll get all these hours back later in future. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Alan if you have any final comments or any closing lines, if you're available.
Oh yes, yes, surely. So thanks a lot. I mean, I came after a long time, right? So being over here, it brings back memories, and to see some of the members like Job, for example, being the acting president. I mean, wow! When I saw you as a guest and when you joined, I never thought I would see you in this position. And even Hussein, and I mean, I was so shocked with your speech. Say it as always. I mean, I think the last time I was here, he was TMOD, and now also when I came, I'm seeing him as TMOD. So this time, I mean, I think you need to do a duo next time with your kids as well. With, I can see them in your videos as well. So
No, they're waiting here because I told thought of the day wrong. So my son is waiting to do it in the
Yes,
right
yes.
way. So can I allow
True,
him to speak?
Oh yes,
Okay.
next time we should.
Bolo.
We are early today. Let us begin.
Oh wow!
So,
I think
so
you
I
guys should
copied
have
this
a
thought to me.
YLP setup for kids as well, for our kids. Right, that would be a nice suggestion. So, as I was telling, like, I hope the international speech contest tips were helpful. And one of the things I talked about was getting ideas through table topics, right? So, if you see the way I attempted table topics, it was it was a fake story, right? It is not real. It is just something that we need to keep talking about and maybe add a twist towards it. And this comes through practice. So keep attempting table topics and you will get a lot of ideas like this on how to attempt table topics and how you can make things interesting for everyone. Because I remember the first time I attended table topics, it was it was a disaster. But after doing a lot of disasters, only I came up to this point. Yeah, I still have a lot of things to improve on. I'm not a table topics champion yet, but hopefully maybe one day I'll reach the DAX stage to that point. And yeah, the other things that I would like to tell you is there are a lot of awards from the district in terms of PR awards, CGD awards, and a lot of other things. I don't see a lot of participation from Dreamweavers on this because in terms of member level awards as well, there are a lot of things that members can do to get certain rewards. So I feel if everyone is made aware of that Job, I think you have the list, right? If you can show them about the list of awards that they can get from the district, from Toastmasters International. That would be a great idea to have more engagement. So that way more members will be involved and they would be actively taking part. At the same time, if you need any workshops to help improve yourself, please let me know. I have connections across the district and even beyond, because people keep calling me for trainings. So I know a lot of trainers as well. So whatever you would require, any help or support that you need, please let me know. We can arrange for those things. All right. So those are my thoughts. So yeah, thank you once again for having me here, and pleasure to be part of Dreamweavers. Back to you, President.
Thank you so much, TTM Allen. It is always wonderful to have you in the club, and I hope that you can come join all our meetings to make it more lively. And every meeting is a uh, learning way for us. And I think now it's 10:07. We have crossed 7 minutes of our meeting. The one which we were planning to cancel it, but it's really wonderful, guys. Thank you all. Have a wonderful week ahead, and good night. Bye bye.
Oh, photo. We can have some photo.
Can have, yes, we can. Yeah, we can take a photo. Yes, Asil. Asil Ali, are you there? What is any pose? Any special pose? Anything is there, Hussein? Any pose
Believe.
you're planning? Believe. What is the belief? Yeah, believe.
Yes.
Let's do it like this. Yes.
Looks like we are doing a pledge.
Pledge.
Who is taking a photo?
I took the photograph.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't forget
Thank you,
to
guys.
send me the certificate.
Yes.
Today we had
Oh,
an international meeting. Members from UK, Egypt, Kuwait.
Yeah.
okay. Bye bye, guys. Good night.
All right.
Okay, good
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye. Good night. Bye, Bolo.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay,